Today I want to show you some easy ways to work out and to remember the correct fingering for left hand scales. Now a lot of organists and keyboard players, we don't use our left hand so much, we end up using the left hand just to play chords. But if you're taking exams or if you play the piano, then of course it's useful to be able to play the left hand scales. And it's a lot easier than you'd think because of the way the left hand is built. Look where the fourth finger is, and do you remember I said it's the fourth finger? Knowing where the fourth finger falls sets out the fingering for the whole scale. So all you've got to remember is the one note which takes finger number 4. And I say because of the way the left hand is made, then that fourth finger actually commits itself to many, many more notes in the scales, and it makes the scales easy to remember. Come over the keyboard and I'll show you just how easy it can be. First we'll take the scales that begin on white notes and show you just how easy it is, because look, in the scale of C, the fourth falls on D. It's the second finger in, you see, so it throws itself onto D and commits itself to only playing D. Now we know to turn 3, now we're on D, so we can turn 4, 3 on the A, and when we come down, we know that when we get to the G we need to turn, so that the 4 will only come, turn, the 4 will only come on D. And it lays out the fingering for the whole scale, that knowing where the D falls. Let's do the scale of D major, let's move up one. So D with a little finger, fourth commits itself to E. So now when we turn 3 onto the B, 4 on E, because the D has committed itself to play only E. Now when we move up to the scale of E major, we have to miss the F, we're playing a tone at the beginning, so the fourth finger has thrown itself onto the F sharp, because we've got F sharp, C sharp, G sharp and D sharp. And the F sharp takes the fourth finger. And likewise. So knowing where the fourth finger falls is so important because it sets out the fingering for the whole scale. Let's have a look at flat scales now. When we play flat scales, and I'm going to play the scale of B, starting on B flat. Now this is important. We start by pointing with our third finger. Use the third finger on the first flat every time. So in B flat, we use the big finger on B flat, and then we turn 4. Now, do you remember with sharps, it's the last one that's written in the key signature that takes the fourth finger. So in the scale of B flat, we have B flat and E flat, and it's the E flat that takes the fourth finger because it's the last one written in the key signature. This is how I remember it. So we start with the big finger, the third finger on B flat, and then when we get to the E flat, we know it's time to turn. 4. Now turn 3, 4 on E flat, okay, let's have a look at E flat. Starting on E flat, we write down the key signature is B flat, E flat and A flat, so A flat's the last one that we write. So come on A flat, welcome to the party, you can have a fourth finger. So we start on the E flat with the third finger, and then we know to turn 4 onto the A flat. Now let's look at the scale of A flat major. In A flat, we start by pointing to the A flat, and then the last flat that we write in the key signature, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. The last flat written is D flat, and guess what? Come in D flat, you can have a fourth finger. Here we go, A flat major. Turn 4. Let's just do one more. In the scale of D flat major, we write the flats B flat, A flat, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. G flat is the last one that we write in the key signature, so guess what? It's G flat that takes the 4th finger. And from then on in, it's always G flat. So let's show you now. D flat major. Start with the 3rd finger on D flat. Hello G flat, have a 4th. And the next flat scale is G flat itself. And so that takes the 4th finger, and from here on in, it's the 4th finger every time. Falls on G flat. Every time. So now if we're going on to C flat, oh that's a difficult one. Always takes the G flat there with the 4th finger. Always try and keep your scales in rhythm. I'm concentrating too much on showing you the notes. Let's just play it in rhythm. Chuff a chuff a chuff a chuff, chuff chuff chuff, like a train, like a steam train. Chuff. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck with your scales. And I wish you happy music. See you again soon. Bye bye for now.